Hey, Basket Brains, Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc. And the other day I asked my cat what 2 minus 2 was. He said nothing. Alongside of me is Ollie DePina. And Ollie the other day asked me when a joke turns into a dad joke, and I told him it's when it becomes apparent. Welcome to episode 63 of the K.O Disc Golf Show. This is the Abra episode. Famous players who wear the number 63. We got Gene Upshaw and Jeff Saturday. I did notice that there was only one NBA player in history to wear the number 63, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Red Sox players to wear the number 63. We got Justin Slayton, Junichi Tazawa, and Justin Masterson, a couple of bullpen guys. Mariners to wear the number 63, Jesus Montero. And Ollie, you want to hit us with the Giants?
Yes, sir. We got Doug Van Horn from 1969 to 1979, being the most prolific Giant, and one of my favorite racers on the grid, Mercedes-AMG driver, George Russell, rocking the number 63 on the F1 grid. So, shout out to George Russell, and yeah.
Nice. Welcome to the KO Disc Golf Show. This is the KO Question of the Week. This is how we're going to kind of start off every episode, and Ollie and I are going to end the episode with answering the question. The question of this week is, where and when was your last ace? So comment below when and where your last ace was, what hole, what course, when it was, and Ollie and I will answer at the end of the show. Quick shout out to Fairway Media. Ollie and I were doing commentary for Fairway Media this week. We did rounds 2 and rounds 3 of the South Fork Fort Stelicum Open. So check that out. I think it's for members only right now, but should be up in about a week or so for everybody else. So a lot of fun doing that. I thought it was a really, really good time.
Oh, yeah. It sounds awesome. I already watched some of the things. It sounds really good, looks really good, so it's a fun one. Definitely check it out.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it today. I haven't sat down and watched it yet. I did get a couple people message me about it, and they were like, "You guys are hilarious." So I really like you guys are good together and that kind of thing. I was like, "Well, we've been doing this over a year, so we should be pretty comfortable at this point, right?"
I was telling Roxy that I was like, I don't think there's gonna be any problem with I think it's gonna be so smooth and easy. I was like, we've been doing this for over a year. Like we got that, and I was also telling Banks that too. I was like, we kind of got this down.
No problem, for sure.
But yeah,
also,
it was
just on a side note for all that, I really want to express how much I appreciate you and how good you are with the tech side of things, because that's something that I'm really not good at. So when you're like, "Oh, I'm just going to send this audio file over to Banks," and you just know how to do that stuff, it's just really awesome. So I really appreciate you on and that side of this whole, this is not this operation, but this little thing that we do,
operation, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that side of it for sure, man.
Oh, I got you. No worries, Curb.
How you doing, man? How's everything going?
It's good. It's been chill. The last few days at work, I feel like I've done a different thing every day, so it's been kind of refreshing in that sense. Mixing things up. I have today I'm working, and then I have some days off, and on Wednesday night I'm flying down to San Francisco, and I'll be staying the night there, and then driving up a little by Napa area for Roxy's older brother's wedding, which I'm quite excited for. I went down to his bachelor party, and yeah, I game with him, Dante, all the time, and so it's just a good time. It was it's my buddy's Gabe. It was my buddy's Gabe's birthday on Sunday. He did his first A tier. Did so well for his first A tier in first MA1 event, first A tier. So just had to shout him out real quick. It was his birthday as well. So shout out Gabe Zansberg, my boy for life, and yeah. How was your week, Kirby?
It was good, man. Yeah, I went to 3 baseball games last week. Red Sox were in town Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I got a weird sunburn on my knees from just sitting there wearing shorts the whole day. So that was it was fun. The baseball game was awesome. Red Sox won 2 out of 3. So I thought this was kind of funny because you had messaged me a couple days beforehand, and you're like, "Bro, our boy Carlos Vargas is getting into the game," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this guy's great," and it seemed like Roxy and Ellie had very similar opinions where they're "Hey, this guy's not a hot boy." I went to the bullpen. I got up close. I was within 15 feet of this guy. certified hot boy. I was like, look at him, man, like unreal. He had like Sylvester and Tweety on his spikes on his cleats, and
That's
I was
so
just like,
hard.
dude, this guy's the man. Like he's like signing autographs. Like the game was over, the Mariners lost, and he was standing in the bullpen like signing baseballs, like throwing markers and balls like up to fans and stuff like that. Like he's a real one. He's awesome. Hot boy list for life. I don't care what anybody else says. No, no, no.
I get Julio. Don't worry. Like I get it, but like it, they're definitely on the tier of it. Like, come on,
Yeah.
like that's hot boy on hot boy crime. Where there's no need to have it.
It's almost like Julio's like the quarterback in high school, and Carlos Vargas is like the arty guy who's gonna like grow up to be like the stud kind of thing. Like just like get like he's going through it a little bit. Let him, he might be like maybe the curly hair is not exactly his look, but like I don't know. He's a hot boy for life. Done and done.
Carlos Vargas is gonna come shaved head one day, and it's gonna be over for
People are
the
gonna be like,
world.
what? Dude, he's gonna have like a sick lightning bolt in the side or something. It's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be so cool.
Hot
Um,
boy.
that's right. We're gonna get into like the tournament recap and stuff like that, but a little spoiler. I've won my fourth straight MPO event now. Going back to when you and I went to Portland, I won those two flex starts in that day, and then Seatac takeoff, and now this most recent event. So four straight MPO wins feels very cool. I think this has got to be the longest winning streak of my career. Um, that is 12 straight 1,000+ rated rounds going back to round three of Champions or round three of Champions Cup. Round two, I shot like 990 something, and then round one, I shot like the worst round I've shot in a couple of years. So it's almost kind of like that really bad round, kind of like like I got a little kick in the butt to like kind of
Get
figure it
going.
out.
Yep.
Yeah, stop making so many like small mistakes. I really think that's like the biggest difference between what I was doing a few months ago and like what I've been doing for this last like maybe like month and a half to 2 months is those small mistakes, those like 180-foot approach shots that I was putting myself 25, 30 feet. Now I'm putting myself 10, 15 feet. Like it's a much, much bigger difference. And I'm converting so many more of those putts, and I have so many less stressful putts on my round, through and through kind of thing. So, um, yeah, I feel a lot. I don't know. I feel like my game's really kind of coming together. My putt still kind of feels a little off and a little shaky at times, but I'm kind of getting comfortable and kind of falling into a new routine with that as well. Something I've been working on. I've really been working on kind of keeping the putter like kind of like low and kind of like already kind of curled. So it's just kind of more of like a punching kind of motion rather than a back and forth kind of motion. So I'm just trying to like simplify the parts. I'm trying to like streamline the putt a lot more where it is just kind of here and then out kind of deal. So I feel like it's been really helpful. I think talking with Caleb too a couple of weeks ago was also really helpful, and like him saying like I always throw the putter like on hyzer, really kind of like stuck with me. So I've been like kind of been throwing the putter a lot more on like flat to hyzer, and it's just been a lot more consistent and a lot crisper. And my misses
Yeah.
have been more consistent. My makes have been a lot better. So, yeah, if you haven't watched that episode, go and check it out. Listen to all the tips and tricks that Caleb gives. He's got to be one of the best putters in the state. So, really, really, fortunate to be able to have him as a resource in the area. Um, and then yeah, I'm also getting ready for the BC Open and Beaver State Fling, back to back weeks of basically like traveling and leaving and that kind of thing. So really looking forward to it. I love both of those events. Actually, I think I might head down to Milo tomorrow. I think I have the day off, and I might just go down just to spend the day down there and play a couple of practice rounds. So
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
yeah. Besides that, little like update to Emerald City Discs. We are changing the store hours. Um, we're going to be moving to 12 to 6 during the weekdays, and we're going to remain 11 to 5 during the weekends. But this is going to give people who are getting out of work maybe at like that 5 o'clock hour to kind of get into the store and kind of get some last minute stuff if you want to.
Yep. Before that dusk
Um,
round. Yep.
for sure. Yeah, so we're at least gonna keep that for the summer. We're gonna see what happens like during the winter time, because like once it's dark at like 4 o'clock, it seems kind of silly to stay open for a couple hours. But we'll see, kind of when the time comes, what makes the most sense for us. All right, we'll get right into the tournament recap. There's two events this past weekend here in the area. There was the Seatac Showdown and the Shelton Springs, I'm sorry, the Olympic Discs 2025 Shelton Springs Open. So we're going to go through the Seatac Showdown first. This was ran by us here at Emerald City Discs that was taking place at Seatac. It was just OG 18. So I took down MPO. I beat out Spencer Stewart and John Geiger. All those guys were great to play with. Good seeing you out there. Good seeing Jake Morganti out there. John Crawford, awesome as always. Good playing with him. Played with Blake Berkey for the first time. That was cool. Good meeting him. He throws a lot of Discmania, so it was cool kind of, talking discs with him a bit. Winning MP50 was Dana It's Henny. Winning MP60, Don Clark. Winning MA1, Kevin Villaruz. Ben Wittenberg and Martin Hill came and tied for second. Hi Henderson beat out my guy. He beat out the fucking goat, Chuck Knudsen. He had a tough weekend, man. Talking to him, he had a tough day on Saturday for sure. Weather was not kind to us. It was definitely it was pretty rainy all morning. It was a little windy. The weather was not gentle.
Yeah, it definitely got to me a bit in that first round for sure. That was just like yeah, I think I came it got to the point in the round when like I was stepping and like every step in my shoes were like a puddle and I was like, "Oh, this is just bad." So,
I I think it was round. I don't know. I think it might have been round one. I found your towel. You have that
I
late
grabbed it,
AGL
yeah.
towel, and I put that on the back of the thing. When I picked that up, and I was just like, "Oh, he's having a bad day. This thing is dripping, like soaked to the bone. Like this isn't helping at all."
Yeah, it was just a hard day in general. Quick tournament recap for me. A lot of inconsistencies. I was having trouble like throwing the same disc twice in a way. Like it was just like I'd throw one of my shots with it and be like, okay, really comfortable. If I do that um on like hole 17, I think that'd be a perfect shot to get through the gap or something, or like I was thinking about something like that and then I'd get up and go throw it and it'd come out like completely different. So there's just some things I think that's going on in my form that I need to and going on in my head during these things that I'm like, I know how to throw the disc, but it's like, how can I throw the disc in a really consistent manner is what I need to figure out. And what can I do to like, not simple, I mean, maybe simplify, but like just do it the same way every time because there's
Yeah,
too much like, oh, I'm going to change if I want to throw it on Anheuser, I'm going to like do this and that, and like, I'm tweaking a bunch of things and then I go to throw this shot and I'm doing something that I did for a shot before or something. So there's just a lot of inconsistencies with that. My putt was inconsistent as well. And then yeah, just not the best round for me, but
yeah.
gave
I
me
mean,
a
I think
lot of it to, yeah, it gave me a lot, I don't know, a lot to think about, which is always good, and a lot to get back to the drawing board where, it's not like I'm just kicking the can, it's just like, all right, back to the lab, figure it out.
yeah, yeah. I think when you're out, I don't know, like I think when you're playing a tournament, I think it's really good to just think like simplify the thoughts a lot, right? Just think like angle, think like power and that kind of thing, and then worry about your form on like your practice rounds and that kind of deal. Obviously, it's easier said than like when you're in it and kind of going through it and whatnot, but you'll figure
Yeah.
it out, man. I got all the confidence in the world in you for sure. And I'm always here for you if you need something.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Like you said, you got BC and Beaver State. I got BC, and then I'm going up to KPO. So excited,
Nice.
2 tournaments in a row, and really, I think I got just enough time to get after this wedding to get my mind right, and then dial some stuff. I'm gonna bring some discs down, and probably maybe that first day, before we go up to Napa, try to get over to Golden Gate Park and play a little round. I love that course so much. Anytime I'm down there, I like going there. Um, and then there's some cool courses up by Napa I played last time I was down there. So I think I'm going to have a chance to do some of it, but I think it'll be. I always like playing down there. I think it's just a good freshen up of the mind. So I figure some things out and right before BC Open and get going on a good rhythm and flow.
For sure. All right, winning MA2 was Dodge Schaefer. He beat out Adrian Atman and Jeff Russell. Winning MA3 was Andy Samurai. He beat out Brian Spain and Jet Jacobson. And winning MA4 was Joel Leghorn, beating out Billy Smith and Jeff Forrester. Congratulations, all the winners. Appreciate everybody coming out. Means a lot to
Yeah.
us. Thank you so much. Brave the weather. We had a bunch of like no shows and last minute like dropouts and stuff like that because of the weather. So appreciate everybody out there braving it.
Oh yeah.
Moving on to the Shelton Springs Open, Matthew Bloom Edmonds had a pretty incredible back-to-back rounds. He shot 1061 and 1030 back-to-back to
Wow.
win by 7 strokes over Colin Bryant, and then the Tankley brothers coming in tied for third, which is
Wow.
also kind of cool to see. Yeah, absolutely dominant showing. Really, really impressive by Matthew Bloom Edmonds. Nice job there. Allison Mabbutt beat out Brandy Cargill for FPO. John Anderson won MP40, beating out Andrew Rivers and Garrett Russell. Daniel Lilly beat out Jason Koch for MP50. Steve Bell won MP60. TC Bear beat out Dave Wilkins for MP70. Canyon Pratt beat Reed Koch and Christian Lopez for MA1. Our boy Joel Gleghorn came in.
Ooh.
Joel Gleghorn, the third, came in fourth, tied with Maccabee and Corey Parker. Um, Leilani Battle, sick last name. She won FA1. Matthew Lucky Bigelow beat out Nicholas Klein and John McCarthy for MA40. Tom Rower beat out Steve Pierce for MA50. Terry Lund won MA60. Tyler Bates taken down MA2 over Travis Bosio and Dion Clare. And then MA3 was won by Blake Fetzer, taking it down over Jacob Holland, and a tie for third between Jason Henry and Grant Reynolds. Oh, Grant Reynolds, that's Pierce's dad.
Let's go.
That's sick. Good for him, man. Congratulations, Grant.
Our guy. Our guy
Yeah.
Grant.
Overall, I love seeing Grant out at the tournaments, man. He's such a good guy to have around. Um, all right, we got the tournament look ahead presented by Emerald City Discs. Emerald City Discs, the gem of the Pacific Northwest. Looks like coming up next week, there is the Wind Falls Master Cup coming up at Evergreen, Evergreen State College. Really fun course to play. Very, very wooded. Pretty difficult track, honestly, but should be a good event. Pretty good field, all in all. Looks about full. Good added cash. Yeah, should be a good weekend out there. Weather look ahead presented by Swamp Cow. Swamp Cow. I don't know. Drink it. I'm working on
Just
something.
drink it.
I'm just
Just
working.
drink
I'm
it.
working on something for that. I gotta get with Matt and Linnell and see if they have any good ideas. So,
I bet you they will.
I we got the weather look ahead. This is for Olympia this week. Looks like we're going to be pretty cloudy the next couple of days. Slight chance of rain on Thursday, and then this weekend should be absolutely gorgeous. We're looking at oof, man, high 70s on Saturday. We're looking at high 80s on Sunday. This weekend's going to
Ooh,
be
whoa.
warm, and then
That's
as we
okay.
get yeah, and then as we get into next week, it looks like next week Monday we're looking at like 90. So
Why did we get the rainy?
yeah, right. Like dang, bro. Um,
That's okay.
what do we got going on in Seattle? As I look this up, what do you mean you're having trouble finding my page?
I just looked up San Francisco out of curiosity, like where I'm gonna be. It's gonna. I don't think it doesn't even say it gets up to 70. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. It says the high of like the week is like 69.
Dang, dude.
But that's okay. That's like more my speed. I like cloudy and I love San Francisco's weather.
Yeah,
Man.
it's not gonna. So if you're in Seattle, it's not gonna quite get as hot as it's going to down in Olympia. We're looking at like high 70s, kind of like
Okay.
low 80s for a couple of days, but still, I mean, once we get through Thursday, it looks like it's gonna open up, the sun's gonna come out, it's gonna get really warm for at least like a week or so. So should be nice. Weather all in all is coming around. It's starting to feel more like summer.
Love it. Gotta love it.
Um, all right. Are you ready for the best 90 seconds of your week, ladies and gentlemen? We got Ollie's 90-second breakdown. Ollie, how you feeling, man? You good?
Uh, you know, I'm feeling good. I love the reception of the first one, so I'm gonna do my best here and try to keep it up.
Hey, people loved it, dude. People had a great time with it. Yeah, thank you for commenting on it. I thought that was
It's a
really
team
awesome of
effort too. I
everybody.
gotta be. Kirby helps me with these, so you gotta. It's a team effort. It's a KO show thing, but I just gotta. I got yeah.
It's all fun. I just send him a bunch of suggestions, basically just a bunch of mouth garbage, and he kind of makes it all. He makes the magic happen. So, Ollie, I got my 90-second timer up. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, and three, two, one, go.
All right. Here in Wisconsin, no dicking around here, unlike the trophy. Evelina Solonen wasn't beheading St. John, she was beheading the rest of the field as she took down the USWDGC. Basically, Evelina dominated from round one to round two. There was a couple. Haley King had a great second round, coming in with a neg six. Uh, Henna Blumrose also pushed through, but the one that came through at the very end was Evelina Solonen. And we'll never be royal. Haley King coming in second. Awesome showing from her anytime she gets there. Candace has burged her way onto the scene with another great finish. And then we got a great FP40. Holly Finley in contention. Went to a playoff with Jennifer Allen, who wrenched Holly in a playoff for FP40. JK, no kidding here. Juliana Corver took down FP50 over Kimberly Sionola. Basically a great weekend here. But for just love to see these fields. We also just got a shout out stop the timer, I'm done.
Um, Honestly, I think because of how unhinged that was, it made it kind of great. So I'm proud of you, man. Nice job.
I think if I ordered them differently, I would have been good.
It was a little off the rails. Right from go, it got off the rails, but it was all right. You nailed you nailed the Royals line. All I said was in the notes was just like Lord, and then said Royals in capital letters. So he nailed that. Hey, buddy, the
There was
Italian accent. Kimberly Gianola killed that. I don't know.
Gianola.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
no,
made
you know what?
sense.
I'm not mad at it. It could have been better. It was sloppy, but we're there, and we got
Yeah,
there.
we're there.
Evelina, you're great. Evelina, USWDGC world champion at the same time. Pretty cool.
Technically, she is a Grand Slam champion now because she's won Champions Cup, she's won USWGC, she's won Worlds, and then she won Kona Peach Day back in the day, which counts as like a European major,
Yep.
which counts for the. So, pretty interesting. I think there's actually kind of a big list of players that have been like that are Grand Slam champions. Um, so there was a bunch of amateur fields, and I'm going to go through those now for the USWDGC. We had a lot of local representation out there, which is so incredible. Um, right off the bat, I'm getting a curveball here, dude. Brianna Vander didn't that might have been closer than I think. She took down FA1 coming out of Canada. Virginia Polkenhorn coming in second, and then Kayla Hess tied for third with Annika Weeb coming out of Canada as well. Congratulations to them. Trying to see if I know anybody just off the top of my head in the first handful in FA1. I don't. Um, FA40 was won by Amy Whitmore, taking it down over Nikki Taylor, and our very own Box Squad member Shayna Schuerman coming in second as well for FA40. So congratulations to her. Huge accomplishment. Really, really happy for all of us here in Seattle, Emerald City Disc, KO, Box Squad. We all are incredibly happy for you. Um, Winning FA50 was Linda Bins Ray, and coming in second place was also Box Squad member Kayla Oridi. So again, Kayla, we're really, really happy for you. Congratulations. Massive achievement. Really happy. I texted her a little bit yesterday about it, and she's got like a really crazy month of like traveling and tournaments and like that coming up. She's gonna be playing a bunch of like really big events, so I'm sure we'll be shouting her out a bunch coming up. Um, Kimberly Adams beat out Cheryl Terwigler over Tony Morgan to take down FA 55. FA 60 was won by Janet Cranshaw over Donna Stanley and Shelley Carden. FA 70 was won by Patty Adams over Patricia Newprid Mells. FA2 was won by Kendall Sullivan and Amber Feldhaus. FA3 was won by Janet Schreiber, and Jennifer Awesome Krasinski came in second place, another Washington local. So congratulations to her.
Let's go.
She runs the Intentional Disc Golfer podcast with her husband, so check them out. Megan Easton beat out Deanna Strauss and Christine Hinkle for FA4. FJ18 was won by Ava Meyer over Aubrey Terry. FJ15 was won by Haley Huber over MJ Gager. FJ12 was won by Eva Lutsenko over Hayden Harper. And then FJ10 was won by Sarah Wadsworth over Keely Bain and Taylor Samuelson. So congratulations to all the women out there who competed. Huge accomplishments. A lot of local Washington representation. A lot of successful Washington representation, which is awesome to see. We're really, really proud of everyone out there. So yeah.
Let's go.
All right, we're going to answer the KO question of the week. Ollie, when and where was your last ace?
It's been a while, honestly, which is sad.
Uh-oh.
I think it was at a Lakewood Dubs for the ace pot, which was pretty nice. On the
Nice.
shorty up on, I think it's like new hole 12 or 13, like the shorty
That short guy? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 10 or something.
I got
Yeah.
that one, and then I think right around that time I also got hole 17 at North Park, which was with my Magnolia from AGL, and that was
Sweet.
that was both of them pretty awesome.
Nice. Yesterday I got hole 5 at Lakewood. So,
Yeah, trying
yeah.
to get like you, my boy.
Bro, I got that. I got hole 8 at Gold Park like 5 days ago too, which like Gold Park is almost like it's hard to count them there, but like it still counts, but like I don't know, man.
Yeah,
It's hard not to like ring something up at Gold Park most of the time.
I went to Gold Park and I only had a spore, and I was trying so hard,
Mm-hmm.
so hard. I was like, I don't want to leave until I get one, but I did not.
Might be kind of a fun video. It's like I just go to Gold Park and I can't leave until I ace. I just like, you know what I mean? Like how many
Could
holes
be a
will it
very
take me?
short video.
Yeah, right. It could be like hole like 5, you know, or it could be I could be out there for hours kind of thing. So might be fun to try out.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get into the draft this week. The draft is going to be this is kind of I don't know, a little different of a style of draft than we usually do. But this one's going to be I don't know, I kind of call it the instant gratification draft. Really, it's just like the stuff that immediately makes you feel kind of good kind of thing. So I'm going to take the very first pick, and this is the pick that, or the thing that kind of inspired this is finding a disc that you thought was lost. Like
Oh,
when you throw a disc and you're like, damn, like that's definitely gone. I'm never gonna find that. And then it's just like right there. You're like, man, that feels so good. So finding a disc you thought was lost.
yeah. That's definitely got to be very, very, very high up there. Um, okay. My second pick
Yeah, you got number 2 here.
and my first pick. This might be a little crazy, but like getting that good poop after you haven't been able to is just
Yeah.
so rewarding, man.
It's literally
Pooping.
the number 2. So nice.
It's so good. It is.
It's funny how the number 2 pick is number 2. All right.
And then number 3, I'd say anytime a bigger guy calls you big dog, gives you one of these, that's just the greatest thing of all time. I'm telling you. Just know y'all have so much power in that. you make my day when I get called big dog.
Oh yeah, it does feel good. I totally get that. All right, my next pick is going to be so I think it is when like you call your shot and then you nail it. Like, hey, like I'm gonna like throw it through that. I'm gonna miss this. Boom, 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 and then you just like
Okay.
execute that perfectly. I love that feeling. So calling your shot and then nailing it.
You got some good ones. I got poop and big
Yeah.
dog.
And then my number five, a banger song. Like you put on a banger song, immediately the mood of the
Oh.
whole place just like pumps up a few notches.
Yeah,
So
I feel that. I feel that.
yeah,
When
banger song.
when you're in the car, that song comes on, you're like, "Oh, I'm instantly feeling better." Yeah, no, I
Oh
feel that.
yeah.
I feel that. All right, so for my third pick, I'm going to be going with getting off work. Instant
Oh yeah, dude.
gratification. I feel like you just hit clock out, it's time to go, lock up the door, whatever it is. It's just so nice of a feeling. The
Yeah.
day's up after that, I feel
Yeah.
like.
There's like a sense of like all of a sudden like a boost of energy, as soon as like you like, oh man, I've had such a tired day, I'm so sleepy, and then you walk out and you're like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? I totally get that.
Yeah. And then my fourth pick now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna say sniping a Pokemon stock. It feels so good, when you get those new cards, and it's like it's happened to me a couple of times. It's very rare though. The bots have been getting me really badly recently, so getting that product you want, sniping a exclusive, that's gotta be it feels good.
All right, that's a good one. Okay, my last pick here. Um, I'm gonna say cuddling with your pet.
Oh,
Uh, Dude, I mean that is absolutely like the best. Great feeling. It's funny when we were recording the other night. So if anybody's watching, you know exactly where I'm going with this. If anybody's watching round two, I think right around hole like 11 or so, my cat Snicks, who is generally like one of the most like lovey-dovey cats on the face of the planet. He really doesn't like Ellie, who raised him when he was a kid, and like raised him to like not bite or scratch or like do anything like that. And I've just done the exact opposite, where I'm like, no, 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 like like let's play, buddy. Like you want to play, like let's play. So he was laying next to me on the couch while we were recording that, and he wanted to start playing, and he started like getting pretty aggressive and like really like rabbit kicking my hand and like biting. And you said afterwards, you're like, yeah, I can totally hear that in the microphone. So I'm not really sure how much of that is actually going to get picked up into the recording. But I will say, like all the rest of the night, he felt bad about like scratching me and like biting me and stuff, and was like so cuddly, and was like he would not leave my side. Like if I laid in bed, like he had to be on top of me. Like he was doing everything he could to apologize. It was so sweet, just kind of having this little guy attached to me for like 2 days now.
aw, gotta love that. Gotta love that. And it's
But yeah,
gonna so that's gonna be out for members now, and then out for everyone probably real soon. So try to find that little Easter egg, and hope y'all enjoyed that.
for sure. Yeah, so to recap all of our picks here, Ollie picked a good poop, Big Dog calling you big dog, getting off of work and sniping a Pokemon stock.
Man, I'm just saying. Come
Hey,
on,
no, all
for
of those are
me,
legit. Honestly, you kind of took. I had a good poop on my list,
you
so like,
but I'm like, when you said that to me, I was like, my brain, like I could feel the grooves like grooving. I
yeah.
was like, oh yeah.
That is like the best feeling, dude. That's my remedy. Like anytime my wife is like, I don't feel too good, I'm like, you should take a shower and a poop and see how you feel afterwards. Like it's just
Instantly better.
instantly better. It's like if that and like a couple of ibuprofen don't do it, like then I don't know, man. You're gonna
Then you're
die. Sorry.
fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like that's it.
Uh, eh,
And then my picks here were finding your disc that you thought was lost, calling your shot, nailing it, a banger song, and cuddling with your pet. So, Ollie, hit us with the quote and the outro, bro.
Episode 63. It doesn't matter how fast your car is if you don't make it until the end. George Russell, the Canadian Grand Prix champion, first win of 2025. And aim high, shoot low. We'll see you next week.